After 60, some snacks look completely harmless, but they may be making your kidneys more tired day after day. A bag of chips while watching TV, a sweet cookie after dinner, something salty just because you want a little something in your mouth. You may not feel anything different today, but your body notices these things quietly. Your kidneys do not usually speak up right away. They just keep working in the background every single day, filtering out what your body does not need and helping keep everything balanced. But when you keep giving your body too much salt, sugar, greasy food, and hidden additives, your kidneys may have to work harder little by little. Then one day you start feeling heavier than usual. Your feet may feel a little swollen. You wake up at night to use the bathroom. And in the morning you still feel tired even though you slept. But we do not have to change everything all at once. Sometimes just changing a few everyday snacks can help take a little pressure off your kidneys. In this video, we are going to look at the top 4 simple snacks that may be a better choice after 60, starting from number 4 and going all the way to number 1. And before we begin, what are you most worried about with your kidneys right now? Is it nighttime urination, swollen feet, low energy, or maybe lab numbers that do not look as good as you hoped? Or is there a food you still eat often, but you are not sure whether it is helping or hurting your kidneys? Leave it below. We will talk about it together, one food at a time. Number 4, plain rice cakes. Let's start with the simplest one first, plain rice cakes. Many people look at rice cakes and think, well, these are so plain. There can't be anything special about them. But sometimes for your kidneys, simple foods can be the easier choice. Because after 60, what your kidneys need is not always something expensive, fancy, or packed with nutrients. Sometimes what your kidneys need first is simply to be bothered less. Plain rice cakes are usually low in salt, low in fat, and not too heavy on the stomach. And if you choose the right kind without cheese flavor, caramel, butter, or barbecue seasoning, they can be a much gentler snack than chips, salty crackers, or heavily processed snack foods. Some days your body already has enough to handle. If you add more salt, more sugar, and more processed food on top of that, your kidneys may have to work even harder. But with something light, like a plain rice cake, especially one with no added salt and no added sugar, your body may feel a little easier. 1 or 2 rice cakes are enough for a light snack. Do not think that because something is simple, eating more of it is always better. When it comes to health, especially after 60, the point is not to eat a lot. The point is to eat the right amount and do it consistently. If a rice cake feels too dry or too plain, you can add a very thin layer of hummus on top. Or you can add a small amount of natural nut butter, the kind with no sugar and no salt. If you want something fresh, a few slices of strawberry, blueberry, or thin apple slices can also work well. That way, a plain rice cake becomes a snack with a little crunch, a little fiber, a little energy, and not too much extra burden for your body. But remember this part carefully. Choose the plain version. The cheese, caramel, butter, or barbecue flavors may sound better, but they often come with salt, sugar, and flavorings we do not always notice. And this is where many people get caught. They think they are choosing something healthy, but they accidentally pick the saltiest version on the shelf. So next time you go grocery shopping, pay attention to this. The plain rice cake and the flavored rice cake can be very different. And near the end of this video, we will come back to a simple way to choose snacks faster so you do not get confused when you are standing in the snack aisle. Number 3, oatmeal cookies. The next snack may make a lot of people feel a little relieved. It is oatmeal cookies. Because after 60, not everyone wants to give up all sweets. Let's be honest with each other. Many people still want a little something sweet after dinner or a small cookie with a cup of tea in the afternoon. The problem is not that you can never enjoy anything sweet again. The real question is, what kind are you choosing? How much are you eating? And what is it made from? Heavily frosted pastries, packaged cookies with lots of sugar, too many additives, and unhealthy fats can cause your blood sugar to rise and fall too quickly. And when blood sugar is not steady, your blood vessels may also be affected. Your kidneys depend on many tiny blood vessels to do their job every day. But oatmeal cookies made the right way can be different. Oats contain soluble fiber, especially a type called beta-glucan. In simple words, this type of fiber may help your body manage cholesterol and blood sugar in a gentler way. When cholesterol is better controlled and blood sugar is more stable, circulation in the body may also be better supported. And when blood flows more smoothly, your kidneys have a better environment to work in. But there is one very important phrase here, made the right way. One small oatmeal cookie may be a reasonable choice, but a whole box of sugary oatmeal cookies eaten while watching TV is a different story. Many people keep a box of cookies next to the sofa. They watch one show, eat one cookie, a commercial comes on, they eat another one, then another, and before they know it, it is no longer just a little snack. It becomes too much. So if you choose oatmeal cookies, look for ones that are lower in sugar, have fewer strange ingredients, and do not contain phosphate additives. The simpler the better. And if you can make them at home, that is even better because you know exactly what goes in. Rolled oats, a small amount of healthy fat, less sugar, maybe a little cinnamon, or a few small pieces of dried apple. One small cookie with unsweetened tea or water is enough. It gives you that feeling of enjoying something without turning your snack into a heavy load for your body. This is important for older adults. Healthy eating does not mean you have to suffer. It does not mean you have to give up every food you enjoy. Sometimes it simply means choosing a smarter version. Instead of a thick frosted dessert, you choose one small oatmeal cookie. Instead of eating straight from the box without thinking, you put one cookie on a small plate, make a cup of tea, sit down, and enjoy it slowly. It is still a snack, but the way it feels and the way it affects your body can be very different. And if you are wondering what snack on this list is easy to eat, works well with vegetables, and can replace salty dips, then number 2 is one you may want to keep in your fridge. Number 2, hummus. Number 2 is hummus. For many people, hummus is not that unfamiliar anymore. You can find it at Walmart, Target, Whole Foods, Costco, and almost any major grocery store. But the good thing is this, if you choose the right kind, hummus can be a very convenient snack for people over 60. Hummus is usually made from chickpeas, olive oil, a little tahini, lemon, garlic, and seasoning. It sounds simple, but it has a few things worth paying attention to. Chickpeas contain fiber and plant-based protein. As we get older, protein is still very important. But we do not always have to get protein from red meat, sausage, deli meat, or heavily processed meats. Those processed meats often come with a lot of salt. And salt is one of the things that can make the kidneys work harder, especially for people who already have high blood pressure or are watching their health numbers. Plant-based protein, like the protein in chickpeas, can be a gentler part of the daily diet as long as you keep the portion reasonable. The fiber in hummus may also help you feel full for longer, and this is a very practical point. When you feel full longer, you are less likely to reach for chips, salty crackers, or sweet snacks while sitting in front of the TV. In plain language, hummus gives you something to snack on without feeling as heavy as many packaged snacks. A good portion is usually about 2 tablespoons. Do not scoop out half the container and think, well, it's healthy, so more must be better. After 60, the body likes steady habits. It does not like being overloaded. The best way to enjoy hummus is with cucumber slices, celery, bell peppers, carrots, or other fresh vegetables. You get the crunch, you get a little creamy flavor, and you do not need salty chips. You can also spread a thin layer of hummus inside a whole grain wrap instead of using mayonnaise. That is a small change, but it is very practical because mayonnaise and heavy sauces can make a meal heavier than we realize. But there is one thing we need to be clear about. Not every container of hummus is the same. Some store-bought hummus can be pretty high in sodium, so when you buy it, turn the container around and read the label. Look for low sodium or no salt added options when you can. And if you are still watching, remember this one simple sentence. Even a good food can make your kidneys tired if it has too much salt. In just a little bit, at the end of the video, we will bring everything together into an easy way to choose snacks. So when you go shopping, you only need to look at a few things to know whether a snack is worth buying or better left on the shelf. And now let's move to number 1. This one is very familiar. Cheap, easy to find, and many people think it only belongs in movie theaters. But when you prepare it the right way, it can actually become a pretty smart snack after 60. Number 1, air-popped popcorn. Number 1 is air-popped popcorn. When most people hear popcorn, they think of the movie theater, a big bucket of popcorn, that strong butter smell, greasy fingers, and the more you eat, the thirstier you get. That is not the kind we are talking about. What we are talking about here is plain popcorn made from whole kernels at home. No artificial butter, no salt, no cheese coating, no caramel. When you take away all those heavy extras, popcorn is actually a whole grain. It is light, it has fiber, it is easy to eat, and it is pretty affordable. The fiber in popcorn may help support digestion, help you feel full, and support healthier cholesterol levels. When cholesterol and blood sugar are kept more stable, your blood vessels may also be better supported, and your kidneys depend a lot on the blood flowing through them every day. If your blood vessels are healthier and circulation is better, your body has a better chance to handle waste more smoothly. Another important point is this. Popcorn made at home usually does not contain hidden phosphorus additives like many packaged snacks do. Some processed foods contain phosphate additives to help preserve color, flavor, crunch, or shelf life. These ingredients are not always something people notice, but if you are paying attention to kidney health, the ingredient label is worth looking at. A reasonable portion is about 3 cups of popped popcorn. That may sound like a lot, but popcorn is very light. The most important thing is how you make it. The best option is to use an air popper. If you do not have one, you can make it on the stove with very little oil or use the simplest method you can stick with, but try to avoid microwave popcorn bags with artificial butter flavor. Many of those contain quite a bit of sodium flavoring and fats your body does not really need. To make popcorn taste good without salt, you can add a little garlic powder, black pepper, smoked paprika, or nutritional yeast. These can give it flavor without turning it into an overly salty snack. And here is a small tip. Eat popcorn with water or unsweetened herbal tea. Fiber works better when your body has enough fluid. And when your body is well hydrated, its natural process of handling and removing waste may feel a little smoother. What I like most about this snack is that it is ordinary. It is not expensive. It is not hard to find. It does not require fancy cooking. One bag of popcorn kernels can last a long time, and almost every grocery store in America carries it. For many older adults, big changes are hard to keep up with. But replacing a bag of chips with a bowl of homemade popcorn, that feels much more doable. You still get something crunchy while watching TV. You still get that snack feeling, but your body does not have to take in as much salt and as many hidden additives. And sometimes caring for your kidneys does not begin with a huge plan. It begins in one small moment. You stand in your kitchen, you open the snack cabinet, and you choose the thing that helps your body feel lighter, not heavier. So now we have gone through 4 simpler snacks for people over 60. Plain rice cakes, oatmeal cookies made the right way, hummus in the right portion, and air-popped popcorn without butter, oil, or salt. And as I promised at the beginning, the point is not to find some miracle food that saves your kidneys overnight. The point is to know which snacks may feel lighter for your body, which ones are better to choose at the grocery store, and which ones can help you depend less on chips, sweet cookies, and salty packaged foods. Let's be honest with each other. After 60, nobody wants to live feeling like everything is forbidden. You still want something to snack on while watching TV. You still want a little flavor after dinner. You still want to open your kitchen cabinet and feel like you have choices. And that is really the whole point of today's video. Taking care of your kidneys does not always have to begin with a huge change. Sometimes it begins with something very small. Next time you go grocery shopping, instead of grabbing the same salty snack out of habit, pause for a few seconds, look at the label, check if it has too much sodium, too much sugar, too many strange ingredients. And if there are too many words you cannot even pronounce, well, sometimes leaving it on the shelf is a pretty good decision. Here is a simple way to remember it. When choosing snacks for your kidneys, look for foods that are plainer, simpler, less processed, and easy to eat in a reasonable portion. You do not have to be perfect. You do not have to give up everything you enjoy. Just change one small thing at a time. One day you replace chips with homemade popcorn. Another day you eat hummus with cucumber instead of a salty dip. When you want something sweet, you choose one small oatmeal cookie instead of a frosted dessert. When you need something light in the pantry, you choose plain rice cakes instead of flavored snack foods. These things may sound small, but health after 60 is often built from small things like this. Each better choice adds up for your body. You may not feel a big difference today, but day after day, your body may begin to feel that lighter load. Of course, I want to say this clearly. What I share here does not replace medical advice from your doctor. If you have kidney disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, if you take medications, or if your doctor has told you to watch your creatinine, eGFR, potassium, or phosphorus, please talk with your doctor or a registered dietitian before changing your diet. Everybody is different. A food that is fine for one person may need more caution for someone else. Taking care of your health the right way does not mean blindly following one rule. It means listening to your body and asking a professional when you need guidance. But if today's video helped you look at your snack cabinet a little differently, that is already a good step. Before you go, leave a comment and tell me, what are you most worried about with your kidneys right now? Nighttime urination, swollen feet, tiredness, blood pressure, blood sugar, or lab numbers that are not where you want them to be. And if there is a food you eat often, but you are not sure whether it is good or bad for your kidneys, write it in the comments too. We will choose the foods that people ask about the most and talk about them clearly in future videos. If this video was helpful, please like it, share it with someone who is also trying to eat a little better, and subscribe to the channel for more simple, practical food guidance you can actually use in everyday life. And remember this, getting older does not mean you have to become weaker. Your body can still feel lighter, stronger, and more steady when you give it kinder choices every day. You do not need to change your whole life overnight. Just start with the next snack you choose. I hope you have a peaceful, healthy, and energetic day. And as always, take a deep breath, my friend.